What's up gamers, welcome to Gaming Zone. In this video we are going to count down the biggest games that are releasing on the month of November 2020. I hope you guys will enjoy the video, and before we start consider liking and subscribing to our channel if you haven't done yet. Let's get into the video. First in the list is Dirt 5. Dirt 5 is the boldest off-road racing experience created by Codemasters. Blaze a trail on routes across the world, covering gravel, ice, snow and sand, with a roster of cars ranging from rally icons, trucks and GT heroes. Codemasters has set the release date to November 6, 2020. It will be on Xbox One, PS4, PC as well as next-gen consoles like Xbox Series X and PS5. Players that buy the current-gen version will receive a free upgrade to next-gen version. Moving on, we have Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Assassin's Creed Valhalla is an upcoming action role-playing video game developed by Ubisoft Montreal and published by Ubisoft. It is the 12th major installment and the 22nd release in the Assassin's Creed series, and a successor to the 2018 game Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Set in 873 AD, the game recounts a mythological history of the Viking invasion of Britain. The player controls Ivar, a Viking raider who becomes engaged in the conflict between the Brotherhood of Assassins and the Templar Order. The game is set to be released on November 10, 2020, for Microsoft Windows, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Xbox Series X and Series S, and Stadia. A PlayStation 5 version is set to be released on November 12. Destiny 2 Beyond Light is an upcoming major expansion for Destiny 2, a first-person shooter video game developed by Bungie. It is scheduled to be released on November 10, 2020, as the fifth expansion of Destiny 2. Players will travel to Jupiter's icy moon Europa, to confront the darkness, which will become a new power for the player. The expansion will also see the return of the Exo-Stranger from the original Destiny's campaign, as well as Vrix, from the original game's House of Wolves expansion. Beyond Light will add content across the game, including missions, player versus environment locations, player gear, weaponry, and a raid. Some of the less played locations and activities from Destiny 2 will be cycled out of the game, while locations and activities previously explored in the original Destiny, such as Earth's Cosmodrome, will return. Beyond Light will be the first expansion of Destiny 2 to be released on new platforms such as the PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X. Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War is an upcoming first-person shooter video game, developed by Treyarch and Raven Software and published by Activision. It is the 6th installment of the Black Ops series and the 17th installment in the overall Call of Duty series. Serving as the direct sequel to Call of Duty Black Ops, the game is planned for release on November 13, 2020. Black Ops Cold War is set during the early 1980s of the Cold War. Its campaign follows CIA officer Russell Adler as he pursues an alleged Soviet spy, Perseus, whose stated goal is to subvert the United States and tilt the balance of power toward the Soviet Union. Multiplayer will have new game modes, more extensive customization, and new map dynamics and elements. Cyberpunk 2077 is an upcoming action role-playing video game developed and published by CD Projekt. It is scheduled to be released for Microsoft Windows, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Stadia, Xbox One, and Xbox Series XS on November 19, 2020. Adapted from the Cyberpunk franchise, the story takes place in dystopian Night City, an open world with 6 distinct regions. Players assume the first-person perspective of a customizable mercenary known as V, who can acquire skills in hacking and machinery, an arsenal of ranged weapons, and options for melee combat. Cyberpunk creator Mike Pondsmith was a consultant, and actor Keanu Reeves has a starring role. The soundtrack features music by Marcin Przybyłowicz and several licensed artists. Adaptations include a comic book series, card game, and an anime. Godfall is an upcoming action role-playing game developed by Counterplay Games and published by Gearbox Publishing. The game will be released on PlayStation 5 and Microsoft Windows on November 12, 2020. It was the first game confirmed for release on the PlayStation 5. The game is set in a high fantasy setting, split into the realms of Earth, Water, Air, Fire, and Spirit, where players take the role of one of the last exalted knights ordered to prevent a major apocalyptic event. The player has 5 weapon classes to select from, based on which of their armor sets, Valor plates, they equip. These weapon classes include the longsword, dual blades, polearm, two-handed warhammer and the two-handed greatsword. Additional Valor plates and augments can be equipped to customize how this character class plays out. The Pathless is an upcoming action-adventure video game developed by Giant Squid and published by Annapurna Interactive. The game is set to be released on November 12, 2020 for Windows, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5 and iOS. The Pathless is an action-adventure video game played from a third-person perspective. In the game, the player controls the hunter, who must find a way to lift the curse on an island. The hunter is a master archer. She must use her bows and arrows to shoot talismans scattered throughout the world, which will fill the hunter's dash meter and allow her to swiftly navigate the game's world. She is also accompanied by an eagle companion, which can carry the player while flying. The eagle loses altitude while carrying the hunter, though it can gain altitude through flapping its wings.